JP, 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 the JP, 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 the JP, JP, the JP show.
Welcome everybody to the JP show. I am your host JP, and we're back with a brand new episode, baby. Let's go, JP, let's go. Listen, this is episode, I want to say this is episode 29, if I'm not mistaken, episode 29 of the JP show. Listen, guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you for the comments. Last episode was a banger. You know, I got a lot of comments, I got a lot of likes and everything. So I just want to say thank you so much. Continue to follow the show because we got a lot of things going on in the future coming up. But I'm just here, oh my God, thank you so much. Listen, we're going to get into the show. You know what I mean? Before we do, I just want to let you guys know I'm moving into having guests on the show. So as I'm moving into having guests on the show, me by myself, these shows are going to be like a small sample of my real show, which is having guests on. So it's not that I'm not going to put together a good show. It's just that if you're watching the shows that I've been doing lately, which is by myself, these shows are just like a smaller version of which will become my main show with guests, okay? So I'm transitioning the show from where the show started off of, where it was just me, doing my thing, and I'm transitioning into having guests. So these shows are going to be a bit more, they're not going to be as long, but when I have guests on, that will be the real prime show, okay? All right, so you know what? You know what time it is? Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest, JP. Get it off your chest. Let's go, baby. Yeah. All right, so get it off your chest today. I really just have like tips. I just have some tips to some things that I want to say as far as like in the dating scene when you're going out on a date or when you're in the dating scene. I really just have some tips for you guys today. So get it off your chest today. One of the things I want to talk about is for the ladies, and I would say for the guys too, but mainly this is for the ladies because the guys are the one that are taking the ladies out on the date, whether it's your first date, your second date, whatever the case is. The guys are the ones that's taking the woman out. So for the ladies, I would say show some appreciation. When a guy is taking you out, he's coming to pick you up, he's taking you out on a date, he's spending his money on you or whatever the case is. He's treating you beautifully. You know what I'm saying? He's taking care of you while y'all are out on the date. I think that, showing appreciation for that is a big thing because, like, I think that if a guy take you out on a date, which no guy has to do, or no woman, if a woman take you out on a date, no guy or no woman have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know I know a lot of women, in their mind, they always talk about, well, the guy's supposed to. No, the guy is not supposed. I don't know. I know that's like an old-fashioned traditional thing that older people or society mind warped our minds to think that the guy's supposed to do this, but the guy's not supposed to do anything. But I would say that if a guy does take you out, or if a woman does take you out, showing appreciation, it matters going forward in what you guys are going to become or whatever. I've had cases where if I took a woman out on a date or whatever, the next date she may call me and say, yo, I want you pay for everything on the first day you took me out, I want to take you out. Or the next time I go to take her out, she may have a gift for me or something like that. That's how you show your appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes even, I've had cases where I've taken a woman out on a date, the first date, and she had a gift for me on the first date. You know what I'm saying? So those for the ladies. For the ladies, listen. Those things really, really does matter in the big scheme of things. It shows a bit of class. A lot of times, this is one of the problems that we're having in the community and in the dating community, is that you have people that are takers. And men, they know this, because this is what men talk about all the time amongst each other. You have women that are takers. And all they do is take. If you go out on 1,000 dates, they not paying for nothing. They're not showing no appreciation. They sitting there and they acting entitled, like you supposed to do that for them. And they just take. You have women out here that are ratchet, scumbag women, and they think that they're classy, sophisticated women. And that's the one thing I do not like. I don't like ratchet, because, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There are a lot of women, a lot of people in general, but there are a lot of women out here that they think that they're classy. I'm not joking. They think that they're classy and they're sophisticated. The one thing for me, and I'm going to talk personal, the one thing that I love is a classy, sophisticated, grown woman. And I talk about this all the time. If you ever dated a grown ass woman, there is a supreme difference between a grown, and all y'all grown women out there, y'all know exactly who y'all are, and y'all know what I'm talking about. If you dated a grown ass woman, there is a very large difference between a grown ass woman and just a woman. You know what I mean? And so we got a lot of women out here that are ratchet women, and a lot of women don't know that they're ratchet. This is a crazy thing. A lot of women don't know that they're ratchet. And nobody's really never told them, like, yo, you're ratchet. You know what I'm saying? So they going around and they're thinking that they're classy or they're sophisticated. You got a lot of women that don't know how to date. And I can't go off of what happened in everybody's background. I don't know in everybody's background, but, you know, sometimes you grow up, and I think that you should be able to, you go on enough dates, you should be able to learn some things, grow. Just like if you've been in relationships or you've been married or whatever, you learn, you know what I mean? You learn what you like, you learn what you don't like, and you grow from it, and you find a niche on, okay, when I date, this is what I like to do, this is what I don't like to do, this is what I like the man when he does this, I don't like when he does this, or I'm going to start doing this. If I go out on a date with a guy or whatever, I'm going to start doing this. So you should be learning and growing. I got a friend of mine not too long ago. He was telling me that he went out on a date with a female. He went, picked her up or whatever the case is, took her out. They went out. She ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. And then not only that, but she asked him, is it okay? You know, like when you get the menu and you just order whatever you're going to order. She asked him, is it okay? Can I get anything that I want? That's a sign to let you know that you've been with bum dudes and you're kind of ratchet. Because if you gotta ask a man, you go out on a first date and you ask a man, is it okay if I could can I get anything that I want? like come on. So he said, of course. He said, yo, you get whatever. Of course, she got the most expensive thing on the menu, and that's another thing for the ladies as well. First date, you probably want to show some type of discernment on, you know, how much you're going to spend another person's money. You know what I'm saying? You probably should, you know, I mean, I ain't trying to say like you got to be cheap, but you kind of want to show a balance. You don't want to go too cheap. and you don't want to go too high. So you want to show some type of middle ground where you can say, okay, I'm not going to go crazy, but I'm not going to go cheap. Let's go in this range right here, or whatever the case is. And then as you continue to learn a person and grow with a person, then you continue to whatever you want to order, or whatever the case is. But on the first date, I do not agree with just going out and ordering the highest thing that's on the menu. Because to be honest with you, a lot of guys don't want to go on this date, period. A lot of guys don't want to take you out. This is bullshit to them. They rather just be in the crib, invite you over to the crib, watch some Netflix, chill out, hang out, and that's it. A lot of dudes really don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? So having to go out, having to do all this type of stuff, and then you're going to order the highest thing on the menu is like BS. But back to the story. My friend took the girl out on a date, or whatever the case is. Having a great date, whatever. So she brings up sex. She asks him when it was the last time he had sex. And so as an adult, knowing how this goes, he says 3 months. It's been 3 months, which from what I'm hearing from him wasn't really true. But he said 3 months because we know how this goes. You're not going to tell a person, yo, I did this and I did that last night, or whatever the case is. You're gonna be respectable. So he said 3 months. So he asked us, so, you asked me this question in turn, how long has it been for you? And she literally told this dude she had sex with a guy last night, and then the guy spent the night over her house, and now she's out on a date the next day with my boy. So my man is like, you had sex last night, and the guy spent the night over your house, and he left this morning, and I picked you up this evening to go on this date? And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, and he's telling me this story, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, we gotta get women to a point where when you going out on a date, for all the ratchet women, when you going out on a date, you gotta have common fucking sense. Why would you tell a person that you had sex the night before? Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So then she tells him she had sex or whatever the night before, and so they've been in contact. She's been sending him like little texts talking about where she want him to take her next. Oh, she want to go on a boat ride, or she want him to take her out of town. So and he's like, yo, this girl is sending me text messages about where she want me to take her after she just told me she had sex the night before with another guy, and I took her out the next day. So for the Ratchet, this is a crazy, crazy story. I gotta be honest. I've never ever heard of anything like this before in my life. This is the one of the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. But for the ladies, listen, to all the ladies, and this happened to me before. I've been on the phone with women, I had sex with this guy. I've never been on a date with a woman. I've never been on a date with a woman and she told me she had sex the night before. But I have been on the phone with women and they've told me their sex life, and they told me how they had sex at jobs, and they've had sex in bathrooms, and they had sex at their desk, or whatever the case is. Listen, for the ladies, you have to stop talking so much. Stop running your big mouth. Listen, we always talk about, men talk too, and men talk more than women. I think that that's somewhat true, but I think in a lot of cases, women got big mouths, and women say the darnest thing, the dumbest things you will ever hear. Why would you tell a person that you're out on a date with, you just had sex last freaking night? Can anybody make any type of sense to this? So for the ladies, it's very, very important that you mind what you say, like the old folks say. Mind what you say and mind what you do. Be careful, because just like everybody's on the clock. I'm on a date with a woman. If I say some stupid shit, well, you know how women are. Oh, you know how women are. If you say anything dumb out your mouth, you're done. You're on the clock. And females, you guys gotta know too that you're on the clock. So being able to show appreciation, but God take you out on a date or whatever the case is, show some type of appreciation. Don't just be a taker. You know what I'm saying? Be a giver as well. Whether it could be a card, it could be a small little gift. You know what I'm saying? It could be something from the bakery. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be nothing big. It could be a small little thing. Show some type of appreciation. Also, ladies, be able to not talk so much. Don't say though. Listen, I've been, my man told me that story, and I've been in situations too where I've had a lot of women, they say some of the darndest things. Ladies, you gotta know when to hold it. I don't know if ladies, if you ever played poker before, and for all the people that know how to play poker, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta know when it's time to go all in and when it's time to hold it and pull back. You gotta know when you got a good hand. You gotta read the room, read the crowd, read the people that's playing around you. You just can't go blurting everything out, ladies. You cannot. You know what I'm saying? So now this lady that my homeboy was talking, he's dumping her. He's like, yo, like, you're dumped. You know what I'm saying? And she still texting him like, oh, because you know what I mean? He ain't really told her yet, but it's like, yo, I'm not going out. Why would I go out? Why would I spend more money on you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. And then she was talking about having a baby. Oh, I want to have another baby. And my man was like, well, why don't you have the baby with the dude that spent the night at your house and y'all had sex? Why don't you have a baby? But, you know what I'm saying? For the ladies, be able to not talk so much. Mind what you say. All right, another thing I want to talk about too, and this kind of goes exactly with what I'm saying right now. There's a difference between a thotty and a wifey, okay? And I want the ladies to know that there is a difference between a thotty and a wifey. So men are able to point out vividly and on point a wifey material and a thotty material. You know what I'm saying? So listen, for the ladies, you gotta be able to know who you are as well. For the ladies, you gotta be able to know who you are. So wifeys for me, they're gonna be more class personified. You know what I'm saying? Classy, educated, intelligent, sophisticated. Those are your wifey. Those are your wifeys right there. You're gonna put time and energy into that. And your thotties, those are, and I'm not trying to say that thotties are uneducated, but thotties are more so you can feel the rhythm like, yo, they can give it up. You know what I'm saying? They can give it up. So it's just and sometimes with the thotty, it's a feel, and you see it and you know it. Like, that's the thotty right there. You know what I'm saying? So for and also for the ladies, you also want to be able to point out, because a lot of times what happens with women, they get a guy and they just go completely in. For the ladies, for my ladies, every guy is not your husband. Every guy is not your man. Every guy is not your boyfriend. And some guys, that's how guys do, this is my wifey, this is my thotty. There's some there's some for women, you got to be able to point out, this is my hubby and this is my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Every guy is not your man, and that's one of the most important things that I see in the dating world where women make mistakes. They get a guy, and because they having sex with the guy, they make that guy their man. That may not be your man. That may just be a guy that's blowing your back out. So a lot of times you got to be able to separate the two. And it's okay to get your back blown out, ladies, while you wait on that real guy that's going to move into the future with you. It's okay. Don't think that just because you get your back blown out that you got to be with this guy. You do not. And that's one thing that guys do. This is a difference between men and women. Men, we know that this is a female that I'm going to smash out. I'm not going to take serious. And this female over here, this is my woman. I'm taking this serious. And I'll smash her out until I get to my real woman. So women, it's very important. You got to learn that. Listen, guys, that's the JP show for today. I got a special guest coming up, I think next week's show. Next week's show, I got a special guest. Look forward to, I got the next 2 weeks. I want to say the next 2 or 3 weeks, I got some special guests coming on the show. So look forward to that. I love you guys. I'll see you in the future. That's the JP show for today. Peace.